much, DA. Thank you. And early in the season, Clark, rotations getting settled. How important do you think it is to have players who really embrace their roles on that team?
You know, I think it's a combination of accepting and embracing your roles, really relishing what it is you're to do and to star in what your particular role is, and finding that out oftentimes is a work in progress even throughout the season.
And probably managing maybe some disappointment if you aren't in the role you thought you were going to be in.
Well said. Exactly right.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. Doncic and Porzingis, the incredible forward pair. Jalen Brunson out there with Wright. And it's Kleba in at center. And for Denver, at the forward slots, it's Barton and Millsap. The backcourt is Murray and Harris. And it's Jokic in at the 5. Now here's Porzingis. Good on the triple.
Boy, KP wanting to dish it when his guys are open. I love that team-first attitude on display.
Barton outside. Pass to Jokic. Murray outside. Pass to Barton. Porzingis with the block. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nuggets will retain possession. 4 on the clock. Deep 2 from Murray. The Mavericks pull it in. And here is Doncic. The quick look, no good that time. Barton against Porzingis. Barton passes to Millsap. Over Doncic. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good.
Early on, 3 misses to open the game. Their offense right now still trying to find its way.
Here's Jokic, and Jokic throws it down.
You know, a big reason Millsap's a star is because of his defense. Great anticipation to come up with the steal and push it on the break.
Brunson kicks to Kleba. Barton against Doncic. Passes it to Wright. Back to Doncic. It's good.
Well, a main weapon in Doncic's attack. He really excels at finding lanes and then taking advantage of them.
Murray finds Barton. Back to Murray. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. And there's the pass to Barton. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. He gets it in there.
You can tell Gary Harris is thinking of firing that shot even as the pass is coming his way.
Brunson the pass to Wright. Pass to Doncic. Here's Kleba. Another 3 for Dallas.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Murray outside. Barton from outside. It's rebounded by Dallas. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
Well, I felt like they were never on the same page defensively in that one. Gave up way too many easy shots.
And, you know, that's all about effort, and I'm sure their coach let them have it for the lack thereof. Boy, they're on fire right now, cooking with gas, starting this one out 4-5.
To the wing right side. Here's Jokic. It's hauled in by Porzingis.
Well, you know, stopping him is never easy to do, but the defense was strong there.
And it's Wright missing. The Nuggets trail by 7. Jokic kicks to Murray. Back to Jokic. Shoots over Doncic. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Tell you what, with Jokic, you've got to foul him harder than that. This big fella takes pride in finishing through the defense.
And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for Dallas.
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
And also another aspect of their game that's been super so far tonight is how they've been sharing the basketball.
Free throw, good. Jokic.
You'd have to go far and wide to find any fan that doesn't enjoy watching Nikola Jokic play. This big fella is so smooth. He's got guard skills in a big man's body, and his game is so efficient. I love watching him work.
Doncic finds Wright. Baseline jumper. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
Boy, that's got to be terribly frustrating there. I mean, with the defense not hustling and he still misses, boy, he wishes he had that one back.
And with Jokic, passing and playmaking, Clark, are his trademarks.
Well, I tell you what, the Joker is some kind of special as a big guy. His passing and touch and field and shot making, he really impressed me with all of that. He does everything you want from a center on the offensive end of the court, and does it in his own unique, special way. He's a delight to watch.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him.
Well, the Nuggets were a surprise team to many last year, but they look poised to be good for a long time.
I could not agree with you more. They were the youngest team in the Western Conference, guys, in terms of the playoffs, and they've got a solid salary cap situation. This could be the start of a golden age for the Nuggets, pun intended.
And Harris drops them both. And one thing you have to love about Gary Harris, the way he can explode to the rim.
And Harris is a natural scorer from all parts of the floor, but he can just rocket himself for dunks you aren't used to seeing from players of his size and stature.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And, you know, guys, it's really obvious that Jokic wants to keep getting better. I mean, he's got a lot of tools, and I think the sky's the limit.
You know, you watch Nikola Jokic out there, and he just moves like a guard. The way he approaches the game, sees the court, and shoots just aren't found in that center position.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw, good. Jokic. You know, Greg, Jokic has so many tools at his disposal. He's a walking triple-double threat.
The passing and vision is what really sets him apart at that center position. The offense can run through him and should run through him with how he can distribute the ball.
And it's tied up with that one.
And it's been a really good day for him at the line. Some other bigs have well-documented problems on their free throws. He's not one of them.
Now here's Wright. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Pass to Brunson. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. And the Nuggets pushing it up now, so they take the lead.
Hey, when you look at Jokic, forget about calling him a good passing big man. He's a great passer, period.
Doncic with it. 29 points for him last game against Portland.
Yeah, and it seemed like he spent about half the game shooting free throws. Credit him for really taking it to the defense.
Now here's Brunson over Murray.
Boy, the determination on defense is pretty impressive for Murray. Really doing his best to pester the shooters.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Porzingis.
And how about the transition from Paul Millsap, going away from that star role to being more of a role player here in his later years. No longer needed to carry the torch, if you will, in terms of scoring and rebounding, but he can still give you just a bit of everything else at this stage.
Shooting 2.
That free throw good for Millsap. And with Millsap, you can just see him contribute in so many ways.
I mean, a great passer for his position and also very unselfish with his offense. Still a plus defender with how often he is giving up size on the inside.
Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Jalen Brunson. Both free throws good for Millsap.
You know, over time, Millsap has added different things to his game. And you know what I like about him most is he quietly goes about his business in a professional manner.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
Yeah, things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
And you know what, guys? If for nothing else, just to slow things down a little bit, change it up somewhat.
For Will Barton. Last season's performance for him averaged about 11 points a game last season, 4 rebounds and 3 assists. And there isn't much to write home about with his numbers. I think he'd like to up his contribution.
Yeah, but you got to earn that chance. I mean, you get what you earn. His numbers are fine, but he's not going to get a lot more floor time unless he turns it up a notch.
Now, Jokic after Luka Doncic's three-pointer that didn't go. They shoot again. Out of bounds. Dallas will take possession.
And checking out the stats for Jokic. Great showing for him last season. 9th in assists. And he did his share on the glass. Battled his way into the top 15 in rebounds per game.
And his floor awareness was impeccable last season. As you mentioned, top 10 in assists. Just does a great job of getting everyone involved. Doncic outside. Back to right. Looking to end the run, and the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, you know, with that size difference, that's not an easy shot. I mean, I don't care how close to the rim he is, that's a tough shot.
The Mavericks shooting their first free throw attempt on the night.
And talking about last season, this team hit just 74% of their free throws. I'm sure they were hoping for better than that.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Craig's checked in. Free throw drops for Wright. All right, Clark, game is on the line. One free throw to make to win a big game. Who is up there for you?
I'd go with your colleague and mine.
Oh, yeah.
But since he's no longer in uniform today, I will go with Steph Curry and Malcolm Brogdon.
Great names. Now here is Harris. A 17-point game for him in the win against Sacramento.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. They came focused and ready to play. I mean, they're doing everything they can to put things in their favor. You earn that, and they're actually earning it well right now. You look at Paul Millsap, one of my favorite players, came into the league after 3 years of college as an undersized power forward who has shown that he not only can rebound, but has become an all-star scorer, too.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good. And year in and year out, Paul Millsap finds a way, Clark, to get it done.
He does, guys. I mean, he's just rock solid. An all-star player multiple times. All he does is help his team win, and he does it in ways beyond just scoring and rebounding. He can open up space with his shooting. He's an outstanding passer, and he's also good at the defensive end and picking people's pockets.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line.
And trailing here in the early going, too many careless fouls, and they're giving up a lot of trips to the line.
Yeah, not only the trips to the line are a concern, but the foul trouble also. You've got to play defense with your feet and do so without fouling.
And the big contract for Tim Hardaway Jr. back in 2017, Clark. 4 years, $71 million.
Hey, sometimes timing is everything. We know that in our world and in all the other worlds out there. And think about that now. Tim Hardaway Jr. has made more money than his all-star father made in his whole career. Hardaway Jr., young and athletic, and a really rock-solid player at both ends.
On the free throw, no good.
A lot of turnover for the Mavericks this season, but they bring back restricted free agents Maxi Kleber, Dwight Powell, and Dorian Finney-Smith.
And, you know, those three players have made steady improvement, and that's a credit to how the Mavericks develop young players. They also bring length and athleticism to that rotation.
Now, here is Morris. To the inside, Beasley. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
You know, Beasley, the man they call the mutant, had a great season last year. After a quiet first 2 seasons in the NBA, he exploded as a big-time scorer for the Nuggets.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw, good, Beasley. And for Malik Beasley last season, Clark, the points were easy to find for him.
And you know what, Kevin, a big reason for that was how deadly he was from outside. I mean, this guy shot over 40% from deep and was really a dangerous catch-and-shoot threat for Denver.
Lee's checked in for Dallas. And he makes both free throws.
He's as solid as it gets from the line. I mean, give him the opportunity, he's cashing in on those.
Now Curry. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Portland. Shot on the wing, and that one off the back of the rim and in.
Seth Curry very determined there, and I like it. Excels at recognizing when to take these types of shots.
Here's Morris. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Feeds it to Plumlee. Outside Hardaway. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. And Lee with the basket on the assist from Hardaway. And the Mavericks lead by 3.
You know, Lee has become an outstanding three-point shooter, a lights-out three-point shooter, and all he needs is a little daylight, and he's letting it go.
Here's Craig. And it's Beasley in the corner. 5 on the clock from outside the arc. That one's no good. 0 of 1 to begin the game. Lee dishes to Jackson. And here is Curry. Outside Hardaway. Back to Curry. Teardrop shot. He can't get that one to fall. Excellent D there from Beasley. Plumlee, the pass to Morris. Hardaway against Beasley. At the top of the key, Plumlee. Passes it to Craig. And Plumlee kicks to Craig. It's good from long range.
Gets the shot he wants. The defense wasn't quite connected enough. They lost contact.
Morris against Curry. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
Nice body control by Seth Curry. I mean, he's so good at fending off defenders on the way up.
Now the pass to Plumlee. Beasley outside. Ball's knocked loose. Hardaway with the steal. Out of bounds. Denver takes possession. The Nuggets trail. Plumlee finds Morris. Knocked loose. Plumlee with it. He had 10 points in the win against Sacramento.
And his scoring's going to get most of the attention, but his rebounding also stood out. He did a lot of glass cleaning in that game.
Jackson gets the bucket.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
1:39 left in the first. Morris outside. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backboard.
And because it's still early, I wouldn't read too much into it. There's still a lot of game left.
Curry can't get it to go.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
Basket counts.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now here is Hardaway. 11 points for him in that last game against Portland.
And if you look at his free throw numbers, you can see what kind of pressure he put on the defense. He was in attack mode all night long.
And here is Morris after Tim Hardaway made that last three-pointer. Morris into the lane. He's looking for Plumlee and finds him. Morris kicks to Beasley. Just 5 to shoot. Fires the three. Another three for Denver.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Hardaway against Beasley. Now here's Hardaway. He's got 5. One quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Mavericks lead by 3. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. Kristaps Porzingis grew up in faraway Latvia, but thanks to his brother, developed a passion for the NBA.
My older brother, he was a big fan of NBA always, and he always had pictures of Michael and then Kobe and Shaq, and then we both started watching a lot of NBA highlights. And then later on, 13, 14, Kobe and Powell, you know, I used to watch those guys play a lot.
And Greg, that's something different now for foreign players, isn't it? A lot more exposure to the NBA.
And KP, a fan of the culture. You saw him in cornrows as a kid. I think that helped prepare him for the transition.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Mavericks?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. So out there for the Nuggets right now, Beasley and Craig filling out the perimeter. Plumlee out there with Jeremy Grant. And it's Morris in at the 1. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, there is a lot of optimism in Dallas for the tandem of Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis. Porzingis said, "We clicked right away. We're both European players, similar roots, both speak Spanish. That'll translate on the court. We can be something special." Kevin, look out for them to compliment and criticize one another in a different tongue.
Yeah, if they play to their potential, they could be scary. Thanks, David. The first free throw is good. And Greg, as many expected, Porzingis getting a huge deal from Dallas to keep him a Mav for a long time.
Mavs feel he can be better than he was before the injury. Love the idea of pairing him long-term with Doncic. Signed him to a lengthy and sizable deal to be the core of their future.
And both free throws good for Porzingis. Mark, I want to take you back a bit here to 1982. What was going through your mind over your first few NBA games?
Well, Kevin, first of all, I was really excited and thankful to have a chance to realize a dream, but I was also a little bit nervous going up against some of the guys that I had watched and idolized from afar. But once you're between those lines, it's not about idolizing guys, it's about trying to posterize them.
Any player in particular, one player that you looked out on the floor and you were out there as well saying, "Oh my goodness, look who I'm playing against tonight"?
Well, when we first saw the Celtics in the 60s, Larry Bird and those great teams in the 80s, Cedric Maxwell and Kevin McHale, and then the Sixers, my rookie year, won it all. And they had Moses Malone, Dr. J, Bobby Jones, some of the greats in the game. So those two teams, and Dr. J and Larry Bird in particular.
And the first one drops.
Boy, you look at how tall Porzingis is. He's 7'3", and you add in his skill level, that's a unique combination. No wonder they call him the unicorn. He is unique.
Here's what Denver's going with right now. Jokic, he's checked in for Plumlee. Millsap comes in for Jeremy Grant, and it's Gary Harris in for Beasley. And both free throws good for Porzingis. And Clark, the advantage of height, well known in basketball, but some have wondered if Porzingis is almost too tall.
Well, you know, there's a concern because he's had a significant injury early in his career, and his frame is really long, which makes you a little more susceptible to injuries. But I think KP has worked diligently to add strength and improve his body. Only time will tell if he's able to stand up to a long, productive NBA career.
Now here's Murray. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against the Kings in Sacramento. Just 3 to shoot, and again, Denver no good.
And, you know, even though that shot didn't go down, I like how they got him a wide-open look in space there.
Right, looking around. With the teardrop, a chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Jokic passes to Murray. Back to Jokic, and stolen by Wright. And Doncic with a clear path to the hoop. And the shot is good. Doncic has got the lead up to 11 now for the Mavs.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Now the Mavericks with it. It's been 8 unanswered points for him. Lets it go from 14. Rebound by Murray.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, you know, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Fires for 3. Drops in the tray. Murray's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
And Murray is really deadly with the catch-and-shoot jumper. When the defense isn't playing up on him, he has no problem going right up with him.
Now here's Wright. 8 points his last outing. Pass to Jackson. Shot clock at 6. Outside, Porzingis over Jokic. No good, shot missing. Now the Nuggets take it the other way. Looking ahead to their next and playing at New Orleans, they'll match up against the Pelicans. That'll be the first half of a two-game trip, and that one's good. Millsap.
Little you can do. Millsap enjoys going right at the defense when he's this close to the bucket.
To the middle, here's Porzingis. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Porzingis has got 6 here in this quarter.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Martin in the corner. A 3-ball. Porzingis with the rebound. Dallas leading by 8. Brunson finds Wright. Good defense by Jokic.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
Now, here's Jokic. 7 points in the game.
Let's take a look at the numbers for Brunson. How he performed last season. Put up about 9 points per, 3 assists and 2 rebounds. And playing with the reserves, he might not get the minutes he'd like, but you sense that hunger to improve.
Well, you know, he stated that he wants to improve, but until that actually happens, he'll continue to come off the bench.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw, good. Jokic.
You know, you can't help but love the way the Nuggets create on offense. This is a free-flowing, fun team to watch. A lot of movement and an excellent passing team. Second in the league in assists last year. Outstanding for a young basketball team.
Dallas making a switch here. Kleba's checked in. That one is no good. And with the Nuggets, Clark, all those assists, even with a slow pace of play. That was something.
Yeah, you know what? I agree, but they really were their best when they played up-tempo, I thought. It makes use of their home court advantage, gets the crowd involved. But really, guys, it was the passing. They play with such a high IQ and have so many good playmakers. It's beautiful to watch.
Count that one. And it's 6 points for Luka Doncic.
And, you know, you look at Doncic for a forward, this guy handles the ball extremely well. He's terrific at creating for himself off the dribble.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets. Clark, last couple years, the three-point shot has been absolutely huge, a gigantic weapon for a lot of teams. You live by it, you die by it. Some teams can accept, though, the ramifications of a bad shooting night.
Yeah, I think it's too big a premium not to really overweight the three-point shot. A 50% premium on that particular field goal when it goes down. But I do like to see balance. Attacking the rim, spacing the floor. I love to see guys and teams shoot the mid-range shot as well. But the three-point shot and the way teams use it and shoot it is here to stay for sure.
Take this chance to see which of last season's teams had the most second chance points in the league. The Nuggets, number 1.
Yeah, that was a huge factor for them a season ago. Their ability to attack the offensive glass and then convert those into second chance buckets. I mean, no one did it better.
Now here is Harris. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. Jokic has got 3 assists tonight.
Nice looking outside stroke by Harris. Give him room to pull the trigger, and he'll light you up from there.
Here's Porzingis. 6-point lead. Back to Doncic. Three-pointer. Buries the long-range jumper. Doncic has got 7 points for the quarter.
Boy, the take charge mentality of Doncic on display there. The quick fire approach demonstrates his confidence.
Tipped away. Pass to Millsap. Porzingis with the block. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. And Dallas again with the bucket.
Well, he's just zoned in. I mean, in most cases, taking quality shots very much within the flow of the offense.
Harris passes to Millsap. Doncic against Barton. Murray for three. Another three for Denver.
Really starting to find himself now, guys, after getting shut out in the first quarter.
Bounce pass from Wright. Doncic dishes to Wright. Here's Kleba. Another three for Dallas.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets three, you fire three of your own. Boom.
Now, here's Jokic. Porzingis with the block.
You know, when Porzingis combines quickness with his reach, getting off the floor like that, he can block just about any shot.
And Wright kicks to Doncic. Here's Porzingis. Nikola Jokic grabs the miss. Jokic just got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Here's Barton. Porzingis with the block. And Wright, here we go. Plays it up and banks it in. Wright's got the lead up to 13 now for the Mavs.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Now here's Porzingis, following the miss by Paul Millsap.
Porzingis is an outstanding free throw shooter, so he's not the guy you want to send to the line. Boy, you look at Maximilian Kleber, the German native. I mean, this guy is a very capable shooter, but it's his defense that keeps him on the court. He's 6'11", but has quick feet, which allows him to defend multiple positions.
That free throw good from Porzingis. Clark, you think of European players, it's usually the offensive end where they thrive, but Kleba is a versatile defensive stopper too.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I mean, this guy can shut you down because he moves his feet, he's strong, really keeps driving lanes from opening up on the perimeter, and his positioning and timing make him a good shot blocker too.
And both free throws good for Porzingis.
You know, Porzingis is a unique big man, no doubt about it. He's often compared to Dirk Nowitzki, somebody that can space the floor as well as hurt you with his athleticism. Actually, he's probably a tad more athletic than Dirk.
Denver calls timeout.
Man, what a season it was for the Nuggets and Coach Mike Malone. He helped the Nuggets move into elite status in the West. You know, they went from out of the playoffs in 2018 to second in the West in 2019.
The Nuggets trail by 15. And Clark, the media recognizing Malone by naming him a Coach of the Year finalist.
Well, you think about the way the Nuggets defense improved last year. It's testimony to Mike Malone and his attention to detail, particularly at the defensive end. The roster's all in on Malone as their leader, and that means the Nuggets are going to be a force for a while.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
My kind of hoops. Straight ahead, playing downhill, and physical.
The Mavericks have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts. Free throw good by Curry.
And the Mavericks seem to have done the hard part, acquiring a potential franchise player in Luka Doncic.
And you know, guys, we've seen it, but in this league, one star isn't enough. That's why I think the trade for Porzingis was a good gamble. If he can stay healthy, they have an inside-outside star combo to build on.
Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for Denver. And both free throws good for Curry.
Boy, a big summer for the Mavs here in 2019. Huge cap room. They were looking to stock up on veteran talent while Doncic was still on that rookie contract. Pretty solid position for the Mavericks.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. You talk about the aggressive summer for the Mavericks. The max extension for Porzingis was a given.
Yeah, I agree. And you take a look at what else they needed. More shooting, two-way veteran players if they're going to make a push for the playoffs.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
And, you know, a big strength of the Nuggets is their depth. They can get points from all 5 positions easily. Had 7 double-digit scores last year. You don't see that often at any level of basketball.
Plumlee, he's checked in for Denver. Malik Beasley comes in for Murray. The Mavericks also with a sub. Courtney Lee, he's checked in for Porzingis. And so he makes both from the line. And with the depth of the Nuggets, Clark, there was always someone stepping up.
Well, you know, that was the case game to game as well as after the injuries they had. Having a deep bench helps tremendously in the regular season. And, you know, you can weather the storm with those injuries like the Nuggets did and still win your division. Very impressive.
Now here's Lee, outside Curry. A three-pointer off the mark.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can count on him to continue missing.
Here's Craig. Knocks it loose. Lee with the steal. From 18 feet away. And the basket good. A bank shot that time. Lee's got 5 points so far.
Boy, a beautiful jump shot with a quick release from Lee. Nice looking stroke.
Passes it to Morris. That 3 off the mark. Here's Dallas. They're on a 16-7 run. The inside, he's covered by Grant. Outside Curry. And it's Denver with the rebound. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
And really showed their depth when they needed it most. On the road, having to manufacture points.
And, you know, the guys on the bench have great confidence in themselves. And when their name was called, they were ready to compete and contribute.
Here's Curry after the Nuggets pick up 2. The shot misses.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
And one area, Clark, that Mason Plumlee doesn't get enough credit in is his playmaking. He does a great job at that as a center.
I could not agree with you more. He's an outstanding passer, but when you're playing with Jokic, you sometimes get overlooked in terms of how well he passes it. But he does a good job and is really solid off the bench. Plumlee moves well, he's active, and he's a rim protector defensively, too.
That's good from Plumlee.
And you look at how the Nuggets have become the team they are. A lot has to do with player development.
Exactly. I agree with you wholeheartedly. Denver has done a great job in the draft. Identify talent, stick to your guns in choosing that talent, then build it, develop it. Their front office has been fantastic.
Plumlee hits them both.
You know, with Dirk Nowitzki retiring last season after a remarkable 21 years with the Mavericks, they are starting afresh, a new era. Hoping budding superstar Luka Doncic can carry that mantle, and I think he's off to a great start in doing so.
Let's take a look at the 2K leaderboard to find out who are the best shooters from behind the arc last season. Look at Curry, 3rd in the NBA. He's someone that if you leave him alone, he's going to knock it down.
The bucket must have looked 3 feet wide to him last year. I mean, very deserving in terms of that spot among the league leaders from 3.
Shooting 2.
And that one misses. And he sinks the second. Mavericks leading by 10. The pass to Finney-Smith. Outside Hardaway. Pass to Curry. 6 on the shot clock. Down low. Kleba. Denver grabs the miss. Plumlee's got 4 rebounds now tonight. For 3, Beasley. And it's Finney-Smith with the rebound.
And just not able to find the target from three-point range here in the second quarter, although he did knock down one in the first.
Can't forget about Lee's athleticism. This guy is a slasher, and he knows when to pick and choose his spots to probe the defense.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Lee, his reputation is as a good two-way player, but he's also a solid veteran and leader. A pro's pro in my mind. He's got excellent speed. He can shoot it, defends. He's a valuable guy to have on your team.
Now, here is Morris. That's another miss. Number 4. He's 2 for 6 shooting. Pass to Lee. He makes another one. That's 4 up and 4 in to start his game.
Well, I like seeing the confidence from Lee there. So good at understanding and recognizing when he should rise and fire.
Morris against Curry. Morris, no good.
You know, he looks a little off kilter to me this quarter, still trying to find his rhythm.
And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
Yeah, you said the key word there, balanced. I mean, their big lead owes as much to their defense as their offense.
Here's Craig. And they get it. It's rebounded by Dallas. Finney-Smith's got 4 rebounds in this game. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Yes, and it's Hardaway picking up the assist.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Curry against Morris. It's Beasley on the wing for the 3. The shot that time not on target. A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Mavericks ahead, up 19. And don't go away. We'll be back momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Let's get to it. The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. They were on a nice little roll in that opening period as they got their lead up as high as 7 points. They just exploded in the second quarter, grabbing the momentum and running with it. Basket after basket, and they played stingy defense. Now they've got a halftime lead that's going to be very difficult to erase. And Kenny, what are your thoughts on how Dallas played?
Well, their field goal percentage is a number that jumps off the page. May I say it, Shaq-like? It's a good one. Seriously, they're incredibly efficient shooting the basketball, and I don't think they settle for any bad shots. And you're never going to go wrong with that strategy.
And you, big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Nuggets.
Not pretty to watch how they get torched in the low post, Ernie. When they were playing defense in the post, you know me, Ernie. Barbecue chicken alert, barbecue chicken alert. This team is going to have to up the pressure, play more physical in the second half, start a fight, throw some bowls, let's go.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
And And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Here's Murray. On the floor for Dallas, we've got Luka Doncic. Wright is out there with Jalen Brunson. And it's Finney Smith in at the 4. Murray against Doncic. Murray, no good.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And that's a good place to start if you're going to try to find your way back into this game. Get to work on the glass.
And year 3, the best of Dorian Finney-Smith's career.
Yeah, you know, he upped his scoring rate, guys, and rebounding. He became more efficient and undrafted out of college, played his college ball at Florida, and he's made himself a nice home in the NBA.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls. Both shots good from the stripe. The Nuggets trail by 21. Passes to Jokic. Millsap trying to get open. Jokic, no good. The Mavericks shooting at 52% from the field. They're clicking. Harris against Wright. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
This trip is his second to the free throw line in this one.
And 79% from the line a season ago. Pretty consistent there as a free throw shooter.
Porzingis, he's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Free throw drops for Wright. And so it's Murray with it. He brings it up for the Denver Nuggets. And the pass to Jokic. The Nuggets with another miss.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Here's Doncic. That one falls through. It's his 6th make from the floor this game. Now 6 for 10.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
Now here's Murray. He's got 6 to halt the run, and there's Millsap. That's good on the assist by Murray. And it's 9 points for Millsap.
And, you know, after starting 0 for 3 this half, they finally get one down.
Wright finds Porzingis. Now Wright. 8 points for him. And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis. Porzingis has got 10 points in the game.
So far, so good to begin this half. They're 3 for 3. Perfect.
They get a hand on it. And so it looks like Denver will retain possession here.
And so far, the story on Luka Doncic. Last season, he played outstanding. Last year, averaged 21 points per, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists. And his playmaking really stands out, making his teammates better offensively with his terrific passing.
Yeah, he's outstanding at controlling the tempo. I mean, keeps the ball moving and, of course, finds the open man.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5.
Here's Brunson. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got 3 assists in the game. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Pass to Millsap. Here's Jokic, and that one drops for him. 10 points for him.
Leaving folks open around Barton is a no-no. He'll torch you whenever you do that.
And here is Wright. Pass to Brunson. Jokic grabs the miss. Jokic has got 8 rebounds in this game.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
Can't give Harris any breathing room from the mid-range. He's excellent in that space.
Wright, the pass to Doncic. Outside, Porzingis. Pass to Wright. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. The shot missing. Here's Millsap. The feed now to Harris. Nice D from Porzingis. Mavericks have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. Brunson, no good. For Denver, they've gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. Murray outside. He can't get it to go. Dallas shooting a hot 57% from the field in the third. Doncic kicks to Wright. Poked away. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's the 3. Rebound by Murray. Murray's got 5 rebounds tonight. Millsap dishes to Murray. Takes the 3. That's good. And it's Millsap with the assist. And that's now 9 points for Jamal Murray.
And if you don't get out on Murray, he will torch you. Lethal from behind the arc.
Dallas calls timeout.
You know, you look at Jamal Murray, and this guy just seems to be a natural scorer. Has no problem scoring the basketball from anywhere and all angles. Has tremendous confidence at the offensive end. And guys, I think he's just scratching the surface.
Justin Jackson, he's checked in for Maxi Kleber. And it's the Mavericks with the ball. Brunson scanning the floor. Kicks to Jackson to stop the drought. Good on the 3-point shot. Jackson's got his 3rd bucket of the night. And with the way Murray scores, Clark, he's a great fit for the Nuggets.
Yeah, I agree with that, Kevin, because the team has plenty of playmakers and guys like Jokic, and that takes some of the playmaking pressure away from Murray. It allows Murray to simply just focus on what he does best, which is put the ball in the basket.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
Martin from outside. Denver gets it back. Here's Millsap, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And you've got to love it. I mean, Millsap drawing contact, not afraid to get banged around a little bit.
And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for Dallas.
Boy, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
And also, I think it's really led to the rhythm and confidence you've seen from long range tonight throughout the entire game.
And he makes the first. And so he hits both. Clark, the 2-way contract, a relatively new invention that gives players time in both the G League and the NBA.
I love it, Kevin, because it's another pathway for those aspiring to be NBA players to have a legitimate shot to make their dream come true. The G League is just a notch below the NBA in terms of overall talent. And so I love the fact that players who desire to be pros to have a pathway to get to the NBA by being part of the G League as well.
And these G League players are having an impact, aren't they? They're making a difference on a lot of teams.
40% of the players in the league have spent some time in the G League, so it speaks to the impact the G League has on the NBA.
And with that three, his second of the half, he's equaled his total from before the break.
Here's Doncic. Lays it up off the glass. Doncic has got 4 this quarter.
You know, as I watch Doncic, I think it's futile to try to distract this guy. His focus and concentration and control of himself is excellent.
Now here's Murray. He's got 12. With the floater, that shot is off. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And the dunk by Doncic.
Boy, you look at Luka Doncic, and it's clear. He's got the entire package, a full repertoire, especially at the offensive end.
And Justin Jackson is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. A different look for Denver. Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for Jokic. Torrey Craig comes in for Will Barton. And it's Malik Beasley in for Gary Harris. And then for Dallas, Hardaway comes in for Wright, and Curry subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Here's Craig. The shot's good. Craig's got 5 now.
Millsap doing a nice job there, reading the defense, and makes a nice slick pass to burn the opponent.
Curry against Murray. Curry passes to Hardaway. Over Murray. Hardaway, no good. Denver's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Here's Doncic, and the dunk by Doncic.
But, you know, guys, we know Hardaway can score, but when he makes these passes, it makes him a lot more dangerous.
Murray with it. He's got 12. To the paint, the pass to Craig. Clock at 4. Makes it off the glass. He's got 7. The Mavericks shooting one of the high points for them in this game at 54%. Doncic finds Hardaway. Outside, Porzingis. Here's Doncic. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
And I like that they're not settling. Getting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Sometimes you just got to man up and take a tough foul in order to stop these free runs to the rim.
Now here's Millsap. He's got 11. Pass to Murray. Launches a 3. Can't hit that one. So the Mavericks will take it the other way.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over.
And as Dirk Nowitzki walks off into the sunset, the Mavericks seem to have found their next European superstar in Luka Doncic. The number 3 pick in last year's draft had a rookie season for the ages.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. Mason Plumlee's checked in for Millsap, and Morris subbed in for Murray. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Dallas. Now, here is Morris. Back to Plumlee. Unable to get that one. Nice D from Porzingis. And Doncic, the EuroLeague MVP, led Real Madrid to a title. EuroLeague Finals MVP, all at the tender age of 19.
Incredibly accomplished. Despite that, slipped a little bit in the draft into the waiting arms of the Mavs, who moved up 2 spots to get him. And really the story of this second half, one team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
And that's why you have such a huge gap in the shooting numbers between the teams.
Now, here's Grant. It's rebounded by Doncic. Outside Curry. Dishes to Hardaway. Back to Curry. Inside, here's Porzingis, and he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
And it'll be his 4th time going to the free throw line in the game. Dallas making a switch here. Lee's checked in.
One shot.
That free throw good from Porzingis.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Yeah, they've not missed a single foul shot this half, and that's taking care of business, fellas.
Now, here's Grant. Dish now to Morris. Shot to stop the run, and he hits the jumper for two. Morris has got his third basket of the night. And so Curry will bring it up for Dallas. He kicks it to Hardaway. Dallas moving it around. Knocked away. Plumlee with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Plumlee's got it. Banked in off the glass. Plumlee's got 5 points so far.
And so far going for more of an inside presence here in the second half, getting away from the three-point shot.
Now here's Lee. Tight defense on him. Morris against Curry. Lock at 6. Porzingis, that's a 2. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. He's got 15.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they have.
Here's Craig. 7 points in the game. Morris outside. And the 3 off target.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
And so here's Denver. The Mavericks making the shot. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And Plumlee kicks to Morris. Grant outside. From downtown, the Mavericks pull it in. Hardaway has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on Mason Plumlee.
You know, it's hard to know what Seth's going to do when he pulls up this close. He's excellent at making the defense uncomfortable.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good by Curry.
And you know, for Curry, getting into the league has been a battle for Seth. I mean, he's more established and playing with more confidence now.
And both free throws good for Curry. And so it's Dallas. Sitting pretty as the quarter comes to a close. Their lead all the way up there at 35 points. They've been playing some ferocious defense. Right back after this break. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And with the 4th quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. It's Morris and Beasley at the 1 and the 2. Then it's Michael Porter. Then there's Plumlee, and it's Hernan Gomez in at power forward. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets.
Boy, that's great awareness by Courtney Lee. Excellent at recognizing when his guys are wide open.
Morris passes to Plumlee. And the rejection by Marjanovic.
they've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Morris passes to Porter. But for a while now, you and I were just talking, we've had a rule that a team cannot go without a first-round pick in consecutive years. Could it be time to lift that restriction?
I certainly wouldn't mind discussing lifting the restriction, but I like it as it is on the books because it does lend itself, I think, to competitive balance. And that's important in the strength of a league.
Barea. And it's Denver with the rebound. Plumlee's got his 5th rebound in this one. And that one's good by Porter. The Mavericks have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the 4th quarter started. Barea looking for an opening. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Hey, Barea's not a big guy, about 5'5" at best, and because of that, you got to be tough, and he's a tough-nosed player.
Taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
J.J. Barea has speed to burn. I mean, he's shifty, he's quick, and because of that, he's extremely valuable as a decision maker and scorer. Great competitor.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Vanderbilt's checked in. And both free throws good for Barea. Clark, when you think of athleticism specifically, talk about the changes athletically we've seen in the league, say, since the 80s.
It's dramatically different. I mean, there have been tremendous athletes through every decade of the league's existence, but it's gotten better with improved training and more knowledge about the anatomy of the body and how to enhance its performance. But now it seems like great athletes are, you know, a dime a dozen versus 8 to a dozen back in the 80s.
Morris, no good.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
And guys, not sure where his head was on that shot. Not what this offense was designed to create.
Not at all. I mean, that's where they want him looking for a teammate, not trying to do it on his own. He needs to share the wealth there.
And a smooth shooting stroke off the catch. Porter clearly excels in those situations.
Barea dishes to Lee. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7. Nuggets have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the 4th. A pretty nice efficiency there. Morris inside, guarded by Barea. Morris, no good. Finney-Smith kicks to Barea. Dallas moving the ball around. Finney-Smith passes to Brokaw. Just 5 on the clock. Lee trying to get open. A nice shot by Brokaw.
And that's right where they wanted to go with the ball, in rhythm.
Beasley against Lee. Baseline J on the way, and he hits the jump shot. That's 7 points for Beasley.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
To the paint, here's Brokaw. Good, and it's Barea who picks up the assist.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Beasley kicks to Morris. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
You know, you look at Monte Morris, this former Iowa State Cyclone, really an ideal option as a backup point guard because he's efficient and gets a lot done in limited playing time.
The first one falls. And Morris Clark, a second-round pick in 2017. He came alive in his sophomore season.
I love the fact that he got his chance and he made the most of it, Kevin. He showed great poise and awareness, excellent in terms of his shot selection, and was highly productive as a scorer and playmaker off the bench.
And Morris drops them both. Clark, the NBA gives out so many awards at the end of the season. Is there an award missing that you'd like to see?
You know what? I think they've got the bases covered really well with the number of awards they give out, Kevin. But I would like to perhaps see consideration given to a sophomore campaign award. That would be kind of cool, because sometimes the rookie of the year, at least recently, has been a little cloudy because a rookie had been in the league a year, Ben Simmons, case in point, and then was counted. It was actually technically his second year, but his first year of playing. So a sophomore award might be something worth adding to the list.
That's a great idea. Here's Hernan Gomez following the score by Dallas. And the rejection by Marjanovic. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Morris. And it's Barea with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Pass to Marjanovic. The jump hook. And the Mavericks getting another bucket right there.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench if he keeps shooting it like that. He has been putrid here this quarter.
Here's Wright. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Now, here is Morris. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Yeah, you know what? And I think they've just got to keep on keeping on. Keep drawing contact, attacking, getting to the line. That will certainly give them a chance to get back into the game.
Free throw good for Morris. Any changes you'd like to see made in the process when players and teams are fined for any number of things, incidents on the floor or off the floor?
Well, I think there's a place for fines, and the different amounts depending on how egregious the act is by a player or team makes some sense. I think having different categories, but I'm one that would rather hit hard and less often. So I think if you want to minimize the number of finable offenses, then make the penalty be greater for those things that are finable.
Now here's Wright. Lets a floater go. Jackson has the open look. Offline with his 3.
You know, defensively, you just can't afford to give him that much room. They're fortunate that he missed that one.
That's his first personal foul. Shooting for Denver, Hernan Gomez. Taking 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Clark, last season we saw more of the global game series from the NBA. A couple games in Mexico, 1 in England. It's nice to see.
Yeah, it really is, because I actually 6 years ago had a chance to be with the Pacers in the global games. And the Philippines, and then Taipei, Taiwan with the Rockets. Great experience for the players and the organizations. It's an additional level of travel, no doubt, about a week to 10 days where you're in another country, but it's great for the game and it's great for the fans in those countries.
Now here's Wright. Shot clock at 5, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact, straightforward call, simple.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. Denver's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th. Now here is Morris. Here's Porter, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. GA drafted after only playing 3 games at the University of Missouri. A lot of people probably hadn't seen Michael Porter Jr. play basketball. But with that in mind, describe his game for us now.
Kevin, at 6'10", he's a fluid athlete with tremendous shot-making ability. He grew up one of 7 kids, homeschooled. They all played ball. He's had a basketball in his hands from a very young age, and you can see it in his approach.
First one falls for him.
And the medical red flags for Michael Porter Jr. caused him to slide to the Nuggets in the 2018 draft. 2 back surgeries in less than a year. An injury suffered initially in his sophomore year of high school. The risk is there, but if his body holds up, potentially a star in the making.
And Porter drops them both. Regarding super teams, Clark, you and I have talked a lot about this. Many fans view them in a negative light, but they're actually something we've seen around in this game for a long time.
Yeah, you're right. So often we become prisoners of the present and we forget about what transpired in the past, but the Celtics in the 60s were as dominant as any team in the history of the game. The Lakers in the 80s, the Bulls in the 90s. But I guess fans have a complaint because they feel those teams came together more organically compared to what seems to be a movement by free agents that has led to dominant championship teams, although the Warriors pretty much have built their championship team through the draft.
And guys, not sure where his head was on that shot. Not what this offense was designed to create.
Not at all. I mean, that's where they want him looking for a teammate, not trying to do it on his own. He needs to share the wealth there.
Now here's Barea. And that one's good. Marjanovic has got 4 points in the quarter.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Passes to Hernan Gomez. Here's Vanderbilt. Porter in the corner. And another miss by Denver. Dallas has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th. Beasley with the steal. Got a piece of it, and it's out of bounds. The Nuggets able to retain possession here. Lee's checked in for the Mavericks. On the wing, Morris, guarded by Barea. Beasley against Jackson. Just 4 to shoot. And Beasley, here we go. And he banks in the layup.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
Barea, the pass to Marjanovic. Good, and it's Barea who picks up the assist.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now, here is Morris. Clark, take us inside the halftime locker room in the NBA.
Well, players typically just regroup individually. There may be some conversation between the players as a group, but then the coaches will huddle, evaluate what transpired in the first half, what adjustments need to be made, and then they'll communicate that to the team. And it's basically a time to rest and regroup for the players to adjust and strategize for the coaches.
Clark, do you think there's any videotape review in there, maybe showing players certain sets, certain schemes?
In this day and age, for sure, with the use of iPads and technology. If you go back to my time, there was no quick turnaround of video in the halftime locker room.
Right. I do know officials do that, too, in their locker room at halftime.
First 3 of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
No good there. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. Now Barea. Beasley with the steal. All by himself. Here's Vanderbilt. Rips down the breakaway slam.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
And so here is Dallas. Denver getting their last shot to go.
And, you know, as he learns the game at this level, he's going to block more shots. Porter has the length and the ability to move his feet.
For a couple years now, the NBA has released the last 2 minutes report detailing missed calls in any game. Does it hurt the officials to have that information out there?
I don't think it hurts. It's not always comfortable, but I like the transparency of the move. I really do. I think when we're transparent about the human nature of what we do as broadcasters or referees or players or coaches, I think it makes for a better product. So I'm in favor of that.
Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Justin Jackson. Good on the second free throw.
Yeah, he cuts the deficit a little bit, but not as much as he could have. One miss can make a big difference.
And here's Barea. Lee outside. 1:24 left in the game. 6 to shoot. Now here's Barea. D right on him. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
Nuggets ball.
Denver's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Mavericks.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And every win important. And this one will go down as win number 3.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And Greg, we know familiarity breeds contempt. I would expect things to become more heated as these teams face each other going forward.
And guys, one of the steady and outstanding players putting in another impressive performance, it was a big-time outing for Luka Doncic.
There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got.
Clark, do you think we in the media overemphasize championship rings when talking about an individual player's legacy?
Yeah, I think when you talk about an individual player's legacy, a player can be a champion without a championship ring. I know there's another level of champion, which includes a championship ring, and sometimes it gets distorted in my estimation because an individual only has so much impact on a team being a championship team. There are no individual team champions. Teams win championships. Being a key player or a role player on a championship team is certainly worthy of recognition and being held in high esteem, but I don't like to see championship caliber players being diminished in the court of public opinion because they didn't win a team championship ring.
Like Stockton and Malone.
Exactly. You could go down the list, a number of guys who just weren't, for whatever reason, able to get the ultimate in a team championship, but had championship Hall of Fame careers.
Berea with it. So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. KP, you guys did a great job contesting shots and disrupting their offense. What did you like best about the defensive effort tonight?
I think from the beginning of the game, we just started off aggressive. We were connected defensively, and that's why we were able to stop them.
You got it done when it counted, Kristaps. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. And we'll see you next time.